Boys, it's chinned. Strickland versus Hernandez happening this weekend, and it is an incredible card. The main event is one of the best number one contender fights I've seen in the last couple of years. I'm super excited for it. I think it's a toss up personally, but I will be breaking that down later. The card in general is just great. The prelims are all right, but the main card is where it's at. I mean, there is a lot of interesting matchups here. Yeah, I'm gonna pick some shitty women's fights real quick. Carly Judice, I guess. Fucking, I don't care about the other ones. We're going Yadier Del Valle to finish Jordan Levitt. Big Yadier Del Valle glazer. If you watched my prospects to watch video, I fucking love Yadier Del Valle. I think he's one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC right now. I mean, people just don't pay attention to him because he was just in a fixed fight. I get it, but he likely would have won that anyway. He's that good. Um, he's fucking outstanding. He's a really good fighter. He's got insane sub skills. Jordan Levitt also is just not a good fighter. Like he's not good. He's herky jerky movements, very slow, very just weird guy. Like he's probably gonna get either TKO'd and he's gonna get like knocked down on the feet, subbed, or just outright TKO'd because he doesn't have the best chin. Yadier Del Valle is on the come up for sure. I fucking love this dude. John Paul Lesbian's gonna TKO Phil Rowe. Don't really give a shit. Ramiz Brahima is probably gonna finish Punaheli. Punaheli's all right, but his gas tank's just shitty. Puna's got a bad gas tank. He's shown like pretty good grappling ability at 170, but Brahimai's got good enough grappling to probably keep it standing. And then if it's standing, I just think Ramiz either decisions him when Puna gasses or finds the finish or something. Maybe gets a sub. Yeah, Ramiz Brahimai finish. I don't give a shit about this. Jocelyn Edwards, I guess. Um, I don't actually know Alden Correa here, but I don't like Luis Garule because I don't think he's a great fighter. So I'm just gonna pick Alden Correa here. Uh, I don't know who this guy is. Has he fought in the UFC before? Oh, he's 1-0. Who was this against? Oh, this guy knocked out Alessandro Costa. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. I'll pick him, I guess. I don't know. I don't rate Luis Garule. I'll pick Alden Correa. That's a decent win. Um, this one's kind of interesting because Ode Osborne's like the best fighter to just not win fights. Like he'll look really good in his fights and just absolutely not win them at all. Um, I'm gonna pick Alibi Idris by decision, just because Ode is just not worth picking in 2026. Um, he's all right. I think he beat Urseg, but he didn't win the fight. It's one of those. Now we get into some real shit. Chitty Bang Bang. Fucking love this guy. I think Chitty Bang Bang's gonna TKO Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal's all right. He's like fucking roid monster, just swings at you. But his problem is he'll do that in the first round and try and get you out of there quick. I don't think you can do that against Chitty. He's too long. Pause. He's too lengthy. Listen, man. Chitty's fucking great on the feet. He's fucking good. Fucking swings at you. He's got fucking nice straight rights. Like he's a fucking outstanding kickboxer. I just don't think Leal can stand with him like that, and go balls to the wall like he usually does. Um, yeah, it's this is a chitty round one or like early round two TKO in my opinion. I think it's a quick one. I know Chitty's like got some questionable losses, like not by who he's losing to, but how he's losing them. But at the end of the day, like he's still really good. I think he's really good on the feet, and if this stays standing, it's all Chitty to me. Moving on, this fight's so weird. This fight is so fucking weird because Michel Pereira is showing that he's like pound for pound the worst fighter of all time right now. Like literally the worst cardio I've ever seen in my life. Like he'll throw like a front kick and like three right hands and then like a combo and then he'll fucking flip a backflip in there and then he just gasses out at like 3.5 minutes in the first. He's so fucking weird. And then Zach Reese is just like a chinny, like flat footed, just straight puncher with no technique and all right grappling that he supposedly has but doesn't commonly use. Like he has a lot of power, I'm just gonna bank on Michelle Pereira being able to blitz Zach Reese out of there in the first round because I don't know. I don't really give that much of a shit about this fight. It's such a fucking weird one. Um, I don't know. I think Michelle Pereira's low key due for a win. But I guess not how he's been fighting lately. I'm just gonna pick Michelle Pereira by TKO or something. I don't know. Round one, likely. Is that I don't know. That's such a weird one. I wouldn't be surprised if Zachary's just fold him. Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith's like insane. Josiah Harrell is not a bad fighter, but he's just had such a gap in his fights. Like he's had such a long break. What it's been like 3 years. This guy got like a brain tumor or something when he was supposed to fill in and fight Jack Della a few years ago, and then he was just out for a while, and now he's fighting again, and he doesn't look nearly as good as he used to look. Like if you've watched any of his fights recently and then you compare them to how he looked a few years ago, he really just doesn't look that good anymore. Which sucks. Like he still looks like a quality fighter, but you're not going to be beating Jacoby Smith in my opinion. Jacoby Smith is one of the better prospects in this division. He's probably honestly the best prospect in this division. I just think Jacoby Smith's going to beat him. Probably a Jacoby Smith round one TKO. I mean, he Jacoby Smith has a gas tank problem. That's his problem. But I would like to believe that after his last fight, he probably patched that up a bit. And Josiah Harrell shouldn't be pushing him around too much. So I wouldn't even be surprised if Jacoby's cardio holds up and he decisions him. This is a Jacoby Smith TKO, though. That's my pick. Moving on. Wow, this is going to be a finish heavy card, I'm pretty sure. Moving on, we have Ante Delaya versus Sergey Spivak. Just like fucking Rizvan Kuniev and Jailton Almeida, you have to have a random ass heavyweight ranked fight, huh? This is it's all right. This fight's all right, man. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Fucking, who gives a shit about this fight, man? I don't give a fuck about this fight. Uh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna pick Ante Delaya. I think he showed against Marcin Tybura, who has similar takedown ability to Spivak. That, he's got all right defense. I think he just keeps it standing and like TKOs Spivak. Like Spivak curls up against the fence like a bitch, like against Gon. Yeah, that'll be funny. Yeah, I'm picking Delia by TKO there. Probably round one. I don't fucking. I'm picking round one a lot, but like a lot of these fighters are round one fighters. Moving on, Danny Ige versus Melky Costa. All right, there we go. We're getting into the fucking meat of this bitch. Melky is fucking good. Okay, he's a good fighter. He's on a big win streak. What is it? 5 fights in a row. Like that's good. He's a good fighter. I'm picking Danny Ige. Um, I'm picking Danny Ige by TKO or decision. I know picking Danny Ige by finish is a little but Melky gets finished. That's something he does. He does get finished. Um, and this is one of those like mythical fighters. It's Dan Ige when he's fighting a prospect on a win streak. Like he doesn't lose those. I picked Dan Ige to TKO Sean Woodson. Like that. That was a no brainer to me. And so I'm gonna fucking keep going with Dan Ige when he's going against a win streak, a streaking prospect. Melky's aight. He's all right. I just think Ige. I don't know. I got a weird feeling about this one. Melky hasn't overtly impressed me, in fights, considering he's on a 5 fight win streak. The head kick KO was something. That was awesome. And his win over Andre Feely was just Andre Feely shoving himself in the guillotine. Besides that, though, like I don't know. He doesn't really impress me. Like he's not showing me like that he can be a top 10 fighter in featherweight. He's just showing me that he's beating all of the cans outside of the rankings. Like I don't rate Morgan Charrier. He's got like 12 losses. And so the KO was really cool, but I don't think he could do that to anybody quality. Like I don't think he could do that to like Giga, for example. Um, yeah, this is an interesting one. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. If Melky wins, but I just have a feeling Ige is gonna beat him. And my actual like in-depth pick here is gonna be a Dan Ige round three TKO. Decision's way more likely. I don't know. I have a weird feeling he's gonna catch him. Danny Gay does that sometimes. Like, you just never think he's going to finish, and then he'll just catch somebody. Moving on to the co-main, this is a fucking good fight. Like, I get that some people don't think Medic deserves the shot at the rankings, but like he's so fun and he's on like a streak of what, two KO wins. And even though they're not against the best competition, he's just like he's one of those guys who outside of the rankings, it doesn't matter if he's on a win streak or not, he could beat like the number 9 guy on any given night if he could just catch him. Like he's that like fluky almost, Medic. And Joff Neal is an interesting case because he will show up one fight and then he'll get absolutely steamrolled in the next. And that happens consistently, and it's happened consistently since he lost to Stephen Thompson. He's just been an on and off fighter. He'll show up one day and then he'll have like the Ian Gary performance. And then he'll have the RDA performance, and then he'll have the Carlos Prates performance. Even though I think he looked good against Prates, he just got caught there. But by that logic, the pick is Joff Neal. Um, I think in a fight like this where Medic is clearly going to bring it to him, it's kind of like Joff Neal's forced to fight, and when he's on the back foot, he's just not that good. I'm just going to go ahead and say that Medic puts on big pressure in the first round and either gets KO'd in the first 45 or KOs Joff Neal in a minute 30. Because that's how Eros Medic fights go, really. He's been dropped nonstop in the first round. Um, Even though his last fight was a layup, like Muslim Salikov is not that good. I know a lot of people picked him in that fight. I didn't really, that didn't make sense to me. I'm going to pick Medic. I just think he pressures Joff Neal, and Joff doesn't perform well under pressure. Um, it's a good fight, though. I mean, this is really a coin flip to me. Like, I don't know. Joff Neal just, he doesn't impress me. He doesn't impress me and hasn't impressed me for a while. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this can kind of agree with that. Like he has shitty performances. Like he does. It's just that's just how he is. He will show up and not look the same that he looked, 3 months prior. So this is a Medic TKO to me. I don't know what round. Maybe round one, round two. Moving on to the main event. Easily the best fight on the card, obviously, and one of the best fights booked right now, in my opinion. I'm picking Sean Strickland by late round four, early round five TKO to volume and pressure. I think this is a 50-50 fight. I don't think Fluffy deserves to be a massive favorite in this fight, just based on matchup. I think Fluffy's one of the best fighters in the world, period, regardless of weight class. But I do think Strickland and Hamzat are the two fighters that are his kryptonite in this division. And I'm willing to be wrong. Um, yeah, I'd be all right with it if Fluffy wins, but the whole cardio thing with Fluffy is the only reason he's winning, in my opinion. He's not showing insane skills. He's got good grappling. He's got good takedowns. He's got lower than average striking. He's got an all right chin, and that's it. The only thing that is exceptional in his skill set is his cardio. And a guy like Strickland, you don't see Strickland cardio mogged. You don't. It doesn't happen. Like he Strickland gets decisioned and Strickland gets TKO'd in fights where he's fighting people like Pereira, where it's like the power is insane, or he'll get decisioned against people like Dreykus, where it's just fucking tank of a dude going at you, going head to head and eking out a decision. Like I don't think Hernandez has Dreykus qualities with that cardio. All I can see him trying to do is getting Strickland down and failing to find a finish and failing to hold him down because I think Strickland has some of the best cardio in the division as well, which is not a hot take. And I just think it's going to go head to head with Fluffy and keep it standing. And Strickland jabs him up. And maybe we finally start to see Fluffy get tired later in the fight, or at least just the damage wears on him and he can't go as at the pace that he's used to, and Strickland just wears him down and wins a 48-47 decision or something, or finds the TKO late when Fluffy's had enough of the volume. I think Strickland's gonna probably fucking get taken down a few times in the first round or two, and maybe get held down for the rest of the rounds in one of those rounds. But it's a weird feeling of mine that I don't really rate Fluffy that highly because he's just a cardio machine in a division where people can definitely hang with him in some of his other, attributes. Like I think Strickland can just resist the takedown. He has great takedown defense and keep it standing for most of the fight. Like I get it, he's gonna get taken down, Strickland, but I just don't think he's gonna get held down and then gassed and then get subbed like Roman did. Like Anthony Hernandez's best win is Brendan Allen, which I get has aged well, but like he was also losing a lot of that fight, you know, and Brendan gassed. I get that that's how Fluffy wins. But it's like everybody gasses against him and then they start getting dominated. I just don't think Strickland's gonna gas. I don't think he'll gas, and if he does, I think it'll be like in the last 5-10 minutes. But I think he'll find a TKO or he'll soften Fluffy up at that point to where he could just breeze to a decision and win. Like I don't know. I think Fluffy's being so overrated. I think he's being so overrated. And just like all the other ones, like if I'm wrong about this, I'll fucking take it. But like at that point, then I don't think he could beat Hamzat. I think Hamzat's like absolutely just a murderous matchup for Fluffy. Um, yeah, this is a Strickland win for me. This is I ever since this fight got booked, I felt that way too. Like it's just Fluffy should be. This is a 50-50 fight. I'm not trying to say that Strickland rolls him. I'm just trying to say this is like a coin flip fight matchup wise, and this is one of the worst matchups in the division for Fluffy, and people aren't acknowledging that. Like it's a complete cardio thing with Fluffy, and the cardio won't apply against Strickland as it did with fucking Delize or Brendan Allen. It's a completely different level. It's a complete step up. And he struggled against Brendan Allen. I think that means he'll struggle against a guy like Strickland. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm confident about the pick. Like I'm not trying to sound like a dick. I swear to God, I'm just confident about the pick. It's a Sean Strickland win for me. It's a Sean Strickland late TKO or decision for me, and that's it. That's it. That's it. That's the card. Sean Strickland versus Fluffy. Good card. Good card. I'm looking forward to maybe getting a lot of these underdog picks wrong in the main card, but it is what it is. If I get them right, it'd be even better. I don't know. I feel like I'm overreaching with the dogs, but I feel so strongly about some of these fights, like the Dan Ige fight. Like I feel strongly about Melky being overrated. So yeah, um, that's the card. This has been Chinned. Sub, comment, do whatever you got to do. Thank you. See you guys later.